Hello and welcome to Real Watchers Movie Club. My name is Garrett.
And I'm Kevin.
And we are your hosts. Movie Club is the show where we pick a movie every week and discuss it just like a book club. On today's show, we are starting our coverage for Spooky Month. Everyone gets so excited for that. But we are taking a look at the horror classic Carrie. Our thoughts and more coming up on Movie Club. Released in 1976, Carrie was directed by Brian De Palma and stars Sissy Spacek, Piper Laurie, and Amy Irving. Withdrawn and sensitive teen Carrie White faces taunting from classmates at school and abuse from her fanatically pious mother. When strange occurrences start happening around Carrie, she begins to suspect that she has supernatural powers. The film currently has a 3.9 out of 5 on Letterboxd. It was nominated for 2 Academy Awards for Best Supporting Actress for Piper Laurie and Best Actress for Sissy Spacek. Before we dive into our thoughts, though, we do want to issue a spoiler warning for this movie. If you've never seen it before, which neither of us had, actually, we don't want to spoil this for you, so go check it out for yourself. And then come back here, because we have a movie we're going to talk about next week that we're going to reveal at the end of the show. And, want to make sure you catch what that is. Alrighty, Kevin, so Carrie is this week.
Yeah, so why did you pick Carrie, if I may ask?
I was just going to say it was my pick. Love it. I picked it because it's a movie that I always see in lists of like horror movies, and especially around this time of year. And I had just never seen it. And so I wanted to check it out for the first time, see if all the hype was there. And that was really about it. So had you seen this movie before? I know that you haven't, but...
No, I've heard of it and stuff like that. And I mean, Nadia always has held it to high praise a lot of the times when she watches it as well. So yes, I have heard of it. I know of some stuff that happened. So little spoiled for me, but still, it was still really going into it. Didn't really know anything about the background of her. So which is awesome.
Well, gotcha. So let's go ahead and dive into this. We are going to be talking about spoilers, like we said. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it and then come back because we want to talk about it. I think the hype does stand up for this movie pretty decently well. I don't necessarily think it's the best horror movie in the world, but hey, it's
for a
still pretty damn good.
1976 movie, it's not that bad. So.
Oh yeah. And I was also amazed to see a lot of the reception at the time was very good for this movie too, which is also a good thing because usually like a lot of horror movies that came out back in the 70s and 80s that we love now weren't highly regarded either by fans or critics when they first came out. Like The Thing is one of the biggest examples I can think of, and like The Shining, right? But this was kind of the opposite, where it was financially successful and critically successful. So I think that was really nice to see. I thought that this one was pretty good. I wouldn't say... I have a hard time saying this movie is scary. But I mean that from the angle that it's not scary because of jump scares or like supernatural terror. There's no demons or anything, right? It's scary because, powers aside, Carrie's abilities aside. Yeah. This is very... The way I put it in my Letterboxd review is that it's hard to watch this nowadays, I feel like, because this is the kind of stuff that leads to school shootings and people feeling outcasted and taking out violent acts on other people. And so I think watching this now feels weirdly prophetic, right? Like it was like, the one loner was really bullied and then they took it out on the rest of the school. Yeah. It's kind of on the nose, but like this is why these things happen, because people refuse to be empathetic towards others, and we see what happens when that is neglected. Yeah. Not only at school and in those social situations, but also at home.
And that's what sometimes you don't see the at home part a lot of the times. You just hear of the news and not what's happening inside of the house. So I like how, and Piper Laurie was the mom in this movie, and she is fantastic. So creepy in this movie. Again, not a lot of jump scares in this movie, but the acting was really good. Even Sissy was like awkwardly eerie throughout the entire movie as well. But then you you get to meet the mom, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's why she's like this,
Yeah,
because of her mom. And it's, oh gosh, it was just it was unsettling in some ways.
yeah. This movie is it gets under your skin because it feels real.
Yeah.
It feels like something that and it does happen. I mean, obviously, powers aside, no one has these abilities, but like it's certainly very scary in that regard. And I think a lot of that also comes, like we said, from Piper Laurie's performance, but also Sissy Spacek, who really is committed in this movie. She really goes for it.
Yeah, she really does. And I just loved the whole aspect of this movie too. It's just, it's kind of you can kind of see this as like a revenge movie in some cases as well,
Mhm.
because of the way Sissy's character gets outcasted in this movie, and she kind of takes her revenge on everybody. So you can really empathize with her though, because all she's trying to do is make friends, but it's so hard for her because she doesn't know how to. And
Yeah.
it's not like because she has like a disability or anything like that. She just doesn't know, and that's the hardest thing, because the parent hasn't taught Carrie how to communicate and make friends with anybody.
Yeah, and also it hasn't taught her necessary life things,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like when she has her first, or I don't know if it's her first, but she has her period in the beginning of the movie, which
Mm-hmm.
causes kerfuffle
Yeah.
with the fellow students and even with the teacher. Like the
Yeah.
teacher is like, I felt like hitting her, and it's like, god damn, like
But like, why?
like she's
Or like,
not, she like like she just looks like your average student. Like it's like obviously we know that her mother is enforcing all these behaviors to make her kind of stay off on her own,
mm-hmm.
but like she looks like a totally normal student. So it's like I don't like maybe it's just the air around her, or like it. I don't know. Like I don't know why it would make an adult want to lash out and hit their student.
Again, it was the 70s back then, so they
It's
could
true.
do that.
It's true. This is the time of year where, like, this is the time when my parents were in school, and both of them went to private schools where they had the nun teachers, and the nuns would hit them with rulers on the the knuckles. Like,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
not it's not far off from where it was in the 70s. I will say the only thing that really kind of rubbed me the wrong way about this movie, just after talking about this last week, is all the predatory shots of women in the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I get horror movies. There's a voyeuristic, kind of quality to them.
Mm-hmm.
But like, goddamn, like the beginning of the movie, like they're all like seniors, juniors in high school. I don't want to see this. Granted, all the actresses are over 20 or whatever, but like,
Mm-hmm.
come on.
Yeah.
I don't need to see all that bush.
Yeah. True.
Like I'm not a
true.
gardener. Like let's keep the bush to the side. But all things considered, like I think that what really sells this movie for me is the performances of the two main people.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that carry this movie on their backs, because I don't think that any of the other performances in this movie are that good.
No, even when I saw John Travolta in this movie, I was kind of excited for him. But and I was like, wait, John Travolta's in this movie? Why
Yeah,
doesn't
what the hell
anybody
is he
talk
doing
about
there?
this? And I'm like, oh, that's
You're
why.
like, oh,
'cause
that's
these. Well, because these two main characters just absolutely steal the show from him. That's why. And
oh yeah,
but yeah, I would agree with you. No one else really stands out. Maybe the bully stands out because she gets more screen time than everybody else, I feel like.
sure, but I didn't finish the movie and was like, oh yeah, the bully.
Yeah.
Like I just was forgettable. Like it was like, I guess forgettable is better than like bland.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know, man. There was just nothing really there.
No,
me.
there wasn't.
Also, I was kind of interested. Like, so this movie does have a thing whenever Carrie uses her ability, how it plays that really like screechy note, and in some ways it feels like a reference to Psycho,
Yeah, like a high pitch like trigger.
but it's really an annoying sound.
Yeah.
And like I get that it's like meant to like shock the audience a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
like there's so many different ability. Like it would have been scarier if it was quiet, like just something raises and just goes. Like
Mhm.
maybe that's my modern movie sensibility talking, right?
Well,
like,
it's like how you're saying, like very quiet, moving an object, and then it hitting the wall makes a loud sound, kind of a thing, right?
not even that. Just like make it more realistic. Like,
Okay.
oh, excuse me. Like the butcher knife in the kitchen just starts levitating, and then like you don't even hear like a right. It just like lands. You hear maybe like the impact of it, like or like the
Mm-hmm.
squishing of skin as it cuts through. But
Mm-hmm.
like I think that's scarier to me. Like the whee just doesn't really like do
Yeah.
anything for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost makes it kind of cartoony.
Yeah, I
Um,
can see that. Well, when they
which
have like cartoony characters say stuff in this movie and stuff like
yes,
that. So.
because I also think a lot of not the stuff with the mom is really deep, and I love how this movie. I didn't know this was going to be like a not like an anti-religious movie, right? But like a caution. What's the word I'm trying to think of? Like it's a warning of like overly controlling religious parents,
Controlled, yeah.
you know this is why you keep religion away from kids. But like it's not like overtly anti that, but it brings up those themes, right?
Hmm.
With the bullying, sometimes it feels a little cartoony.
Yeah.
Like oh my god, period! Oh, keep the tampon away. You know, like it's
Yeah.
like really, like okay, cool. I mean, I
It,
guess.
I mean, maybe they had to do like a lighter side to the story as well, because the mom was so much eerier and darker that they didn't want to pursue it being all the way too dark. And okay,
Yeah.
let's throw some comedy in there, which is okay at some points. But I really want to know now, if this movie just came out with just her and her mom in the house by themselves, and then Carrie just coming home every single day just to see what happens.
There was a remake. Go ahead
Mm-hmm.
and see here. Actually, it looks like there was two. There was a 2002 version, which is interesting. I didn't know that actually. Oh, it's a TV
13.
adaptation. That's why. But then there's the 2013 one with Chloe Grace Moretz and Julianne Moore. Um, like, I don't know how those ones deal with it. I haven't seen them, so
Mm-hmm.
you know, I have no idea. But like, I think that you do need to show what she's going through at school, because on some hands it does need to be a warning for parents on what happens in schools
At
with
school.
kids, because like this may have been bullying that was more realistic at the time.
Yeah.
Now, like it's so much worse now.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of things I can't say on here. Like I don't want to get this video taken down or anything, but like
Mm-hmm.
there's people threatening other people with violence, and like not just like a swirly, but like
Yeah. Oh,
you
what
know,
simpler times we had back then, right?
right? I mean, to be fair, if Carrie just played a lot of like Modern Warfare 2 on Xbox 360 back in the day and open voice chat, she'd be
Mm-hmm.
able to take a punch a little bit. But no, I'm just kidding. But like it's it's cartoony, but it works in the scope of the film. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
if you don't show what happened to her at school, we don't get the full picture of why. Because then, like, if it was just her and her mom and her coming home from school every day, the prom scene wouldn't have the same impact.
No, it would not.
And like the absolutely just gruesome way that John Travolta and his little friend get off in this movie
Yeah.
is, oh boy. Not only do they roll like 10 times, but then just like immediately catch on fire from the inside. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah,
that's
from
a
the
nightmare.
inside, and that's the key word, is the inside, not the outside either.
Oh yeah.
Which is great.
And then that fire truck, like they're not going to help you. They're going to that school, man.
Yeah.
So you're
Sorry,
screwed.
bud.
And that's a small town, there's not more than one engine, I don't think.
No, probably not at
Like,
all.
oh man, you're just gonna sit there and barbecue for a couple hours, But so that was the only thing that really wasn't clear for me, and I'm curious if you kind of picked up on it. She killed everyone inside the gym, right?
That's what we're assumed to say.
That's what we're led to assume. Okay,
Yeah.
because like they're like she just leaves, and I didn't see anyone run out or anything, so I'm assuming she just locked it as she left and just let them all burn.
Yeah.
But and I mean, to be they kind of deserved it. You
Yeah.
know, I don't
Moving
want to
on.
say that. I don't want to say all these acts of violence against schools for people who are loners are deserved. That's a horrible thing to say. But in this movie, I mean, Carrie, come on, like slay girl. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
True.
Yeah, I mean, like again, from like it's also really well paced too. At like just
Yeah.
over an hour and a half, I think it's like the perfect length. It doesn't lag. It doesn't it doesn't overstay its welcome. It gets its point across effectively and quickly, and then by the end, you already like you don't want to root for Carrie because she's doing horrible things, but like you're more sympathetic.
Yeah.
And that's exactly like it's almost like an exercise in how sympathetic can you be towards the villain.
Yeah.
Which I really appreciate that part.
Yeah, because you know she is in the wrong for doing what happens at the end, but
Yeah,
how far does she need to be pushed to get to that ending? Pretty much,
yeah.
and she was pushed a lot, as you see throughout the entire movie.
All right, so this was my pick this week. So let me go ahead and just get my score and final thoughts out there. I thought that this movie, this was my first time seeing it. I would say that it definitely lives up to the hype. It's a engaging horror film that I think is more emotionally horrifying than it is like supernaturally or whatever scary, right? Like this hits you on a deeper level with the religious abuse and bullying, and it's all horrifying stuff from that angle. I think that the side performances just quite aren't there, and I do think that there's some sound design issues for me in terms of the power use and everything. But other than that, I think this is a seminal horror film that it's a great way to start Spooky Month off. And I'm glad that I finally checked it out. I gave it an 84 out of 100, which is 4 stars out of 5.
Nice. Very good, very good. Yes. So, same topic as you. This movie is a classic for a reason, and it definitely shows. I really like the two main characters, how eerie the mother is, and how great of a performance Carrie, Sissy does in this movie as well. I did love all of the era correct pieces and everything, because it is 1976, so it was really cool to see all of that. I did really enjoy this movie. The gore, the eeriness of this movie is another really. It's just like we said, it just gets under your skin, and it kind of get chills and everything like that while watching this movie. So I gave it an 88 out of 100, which is 4 stars out of 5 for me.
Well, there you go. So the question now falls to you. What do you think of Carrie? Hopefully you're starting off your spooky month pretty good with some scary movies. Go ahead and leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below. But remember to be respectful of one another, because maybe that other person might try to kill you with telekinesis or whatever. But next week, we're continuing our coverage of Spooky Month by checking out some horror movies. We'll be checking out the Korean zombie film Train to Busan, which I'm excited for. I've never seen. So really excited to check that one out. So make sure to watch it before next week so you're not spoiled. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, we have our Rail Watchers live stream that goes live every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And of course, this show comes live every single Friday at 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, make sure to keep those eyes on the screen.